Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, the 29th of September. I'm coming to you live right now from Eat to Your Health with Carnivore on my YouTube channel. So what I'm going to be showing you guys today is called Baconaise. And I went over the recipe a little bit yesterday just to give people time if they wanted to get their ingredients and start that. This can be made keto, ketovore, or carnivore. So I will go over all the ingredients that the recipe calls for. I don't follow it. I do more of a carnivore version of it. But you can do it however you want. I will give you all the ingredients and the way to do it. So first things first is you just want to have a clean mason jar. You know, if you can have a wide mouth, that's the best so you can get everything. Get your immersion blender in there. If you don't want to do this style, you can use a food processor if you have one. I just don't like to do a lot of dishes if I don't have to. So, first thing is, as I separated out 2 egg yolks, you can do a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I don't do that one. There's ground mustard. You can use mustard if you want. I don't tend to use that. It also calls for a tablespoon of mayo, and that's just to help the emulsion of your end product, basically. So I use Sir Kensington's if I'm going to, and I may use half of the amount it calls for. We'll see. And then it calls for a tablespoon of your lemon juice, and that is the reason you use this. For one, is it works good when you're mixing it with an oil, but it makes it stable longer. So this will last for about a month in your refrigerator. If you're going to use it and you're doing it like today for something, you don't have to do the lemon juice, because if you're going to use it, it doesn't matter. Especially like if you're going to make tuna salad with just tuna and hard-boiled eggs, and then add your mayo to it, and then you've got tuna salad. So the other thing is half a cup of rendered bacon grease and half a cup of olive oil or avocado oil. Now today I'm going to do about 99% bacon grease. I'm not going to add in like an olive oil or maybe just a splash of it, just because I want to make it a whole cup. But that's how I'm going to do it. So the way you do this is you will mix the egg yolks, I should say, the mustard if you're doing it, mayo and lemon juice. You'll want to get that all mixed together. Then you'll take your oil, and if you're doing bacon grease, you know, whether it's half of the amount or part, whatever, you want it warm to where it'll pour, but you do not want it boiling hot. So you want to make sure it's liquid, but not boiling, because then it cooks the eggs, and that's not good. Then you can also add in 4 strips of cooked bacon, which I did cook up some yesterday. Now, I don't generally eat any pork anymore. I found that it causes swelling and stiffness in my hand joints, probably because I was doing too much of it at one time. I find if I do a piece here and there, it doesn't affect me that way, but if I overdo it, which obviously we're all eating carnivore because we overdid it on bad food to begin with. So some of us just still have some of those things that we haven't completely cleared up, where we have better control. So I will go over that. The other thing you can add, depends how clean you want to eat. It's up to you guys. You can also add in a pinch of like smoked paprika if you want to. You do not have to. So I'll get started because nobody wants to see me this early in the morning. So I'll turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll be back. Now it will get loud. I am going to warn you. I'll try to keep that to a minimum. I'll probably do this because I don't want to waste any of the egg. Because I did, of course, break a yolk trying to separate the eggs out. I better keep my recipe, huh? I may do a dash of mustard just for flavoring, but I'm not going to do the amount that it calls for. Okay, good enough. And you also can add salt at the end if you want. Tablespoon. I also don't measure. If you guys want to measure out, go for it. That's not how my grandma taught me to cook. It was a pinch, a hand, a this, a that, and that's the way it was. So, all right, tablespoon of lemon juice. And the reason I am going to go ahead and do the lemon juice is because I'll probably use this on some burgers, but I don't do a lot of anything other than red meats, salt, and water. So, all right. So first thing, you'll want to start doing that. Smokey, you need to go. I know you smell eggs, and he probably smells bacon. He's carnivore. All right, so you'll want to start with that. Okay. Just kind of go up and down with that. Now I am going to add in a little pink salt. It's not really pink salt. I keep saying that because it's in that container, but it is not. It's Redmond's real salt, which also will help keep it stable in the fridge too. As a preservative, it will work too. And you just kind of want to mix this together until it thickens up a little bit. And then when you're adding in the bacon grease, you just want it to be a thin stream. All right, so let's do this so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. There. All right, we'll start with adding that in now. I'm going to add in just a splash of the olive oil because I want to make the full amount. And I was just a little short on my bacon grease. So it's been a wonderful morning already. I got my workout done, and then I watched Hanging with the Browns. I watched a couple, she was making steak bites for Frederick, and then she was cutting up the pork belly, I think, for her. Oh my gosh. I was like, nope, you're fasting today. So, but boy, it looked really good. In fact, I shared it to my Facebook. I think we need to get the word out to as many people as possible, and we need to spread the love. So I always try to help everybody else out as well. All right, so then I'm just going to start doing just a thin amount. And it is emulsifying. And it will spin around on you. That's okay. It'd be nice if I had it sitting on something that didn't make it vibrate. Sorry. So I do want to... That is emulsifying very well, so happy with that. Let's get the cord to behave. And just so you guys know, I don't care if those bits get in my mayonnaise. I kind of like that, so you will see that. I try not to let much stuff go to waste here. Add in a few pieces of bacon. Try to get them underneath here without making a mess. Like I said, it calls for 4 strips. You don't have to even do this part, but I'm not going to eat this bacon on its own, so I might as well utilize it. If you feel like it's a little runny, which this one's doing a little bit to me, you can add in some more of the regular, mayonnaise. to help it emulsify. Sometimes if you add that fat in just a little fast, it'll do that. It is a fickle recipe, I will tell you. All right. This poor immersion blender, I think it's got to be close to 30 years old. I'm pretty sure I bought it when I lived in Iowa. So then what I do with mine, and it will harden in the refrigerator, not crazy, but it will be a little bit thicker consistency. I always wipe my rim like that. And then I always put the date on there that I make it. I've never had it go bad, and I have had it after a month's time, but you know, you have to be safe for what you want to do. So, mayo. All right, there you have it. It's pretty simple recipe, but like I said, it is a little fickle. If it starts to act like it's not going to thicken up like mayonnaise, you can add another egg yolk with like that extra bit of mayo that I did, and that will help it kind of thicken up and emulsify if you run into that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's just how fast you add in the bacon grease. So if you have any questions or you want to see me make anything carnivore, you can leave it in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Anything helps so that we can get more people learning how to take back their health and to get away from big pharma if they possibly can. Some things you just can't, but I truly believe that by what you put in your mouth, what you do when you move your body, I really think it's just like the old saying was back in the 70s, you are what you eat. So I do think it plays an important role. So I'm going to leave you with that. Like I said, go check out Hanging with the Browns, Carrie Homestead Howe, JT Poco Moonshine Family, Bill Knott, Carnivore Brothers is another one, Carnivore Backwoods. So those are just some of them. Dr. Berry, Dr. Baker, Dr. Chafee. Those are people I would also, they'll give you kind of the science behind all of this. I know enough to be dangerous. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. As I always say, meet, heat, eat, and repeat.